You are not here just to exist. You are here to evolve, to heal, and to grow into that person that God created before you even took your first breath. But let me tell you something, becoming her isn't something that happens overnight or by accident. It is a conscious decision that you make, not just about who you want to be or why you want to become her, but a conscious decision to leave that old person behind. Maybe the old version of you drinks. Like for me, my old version drank, she smoked, she was getting up to all kinds of things. And lust was actually also a problem for me. I've left that all in my past now. And I think the biggest part of becoming that version of you that God really wants you to embody and has put into your heart as a desire to be her is letting go of that old person. It's deciding, you know what? That old person does not define who I am. So I'm going to leave her behind because she doesn't serve me anymore. She doesn't serve me in becoming the higher version of myself that I know I feel within me. Step 1, healing and releasing everything that is holding you back. Because you cannot walk into the future when you're still holding on to your past. If you're still triggered by things, even emotions, if there are people that God has taken out of your life and you are still attached to them, you are not healed. If you still get angry, you are not healed. If you are still bitter or operate out of anger, or if you operate out of lust, for example, you are not healed. There's a really beautiful Bible verse, which I'll tell you. It's Isaiah 43 verses 8 through 19. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? So it's basically talking about, there's a new version of you that is brewing. This is my understanding. That is brewing inside you, and you are holding on to the old things and you are not allowing these new things to manifest into your life. God is trying to show you, this is the person I want you to be, but you are blocking it by holding on to these old things. So it says, forget about the past, do not dwell on the past, and focus on what's in front of you. Focus on the gifts that you are being given right now, and focus. Because there are gifts being given to you right now that you can't even see because you're too busy focused on things that don't matter anymore. I talk about this all the time, but your peace is more important than anything else. And the easiest way to gain peace is surrender. You surrender all your worries, all control to God. And with God, healing is actually really easy. I say easy, obviously, it's not going to happen overnight, but there is a very simple solution. And deciding that your peace is more important than holding on to the pain of the past. And it's very easy to do this. All you have to do is surrender. Obviously, it's not going to happen overnight, but you just surrender all your worries, all your stresses, and all control to God. Because at the end of the day, you're not in control. And actually, that's a really beautiful thing, that you aren't in control of everything that's going on. There is a much bigger picture that you cannot even see. So surrender is the biggest part, in my opinion, of the healing process. And that's step 1. Step 2, aligning with God's vision for your life. Your highest self comes from God. He is the highest being of them all. So if you're going to step into this version of yourself that is from him, you have to be aligned with him. Ask yourself these 3 questions. Are you living in obedience or convenience? Are you seeking God daily or only when it gets hard? Are you waiting for a sign or are you living in faith? If you want that soft, peaceful life, you need to be disciplined to get that. You need to be determined to get that, and you need to do the things you need to do even when it's uncomfortable in order to be given them. He's not going to allow you to grow if you don't want to grow. He's not going to give you these things. He's not going to trust you with more, trust you with a bigger identity, give you more things in life if he doesn't believe that you are ready to accept those and be responsible for that new identity that you are trying to manifest. So God's vision for your life is simple. You need to read the Bible and you need to follow the teachings. You need to operate from love. You need to operate from kindness, patience, all of these things. And the more aligned you are, the more the vision also becomes clearer. If you are only going to God when life gets hard, it's going to be very difficult to receive positive messages. If you're only going to him when you're struggling, you are going to feel reassured. But if you don't go to him when you're just, having a good day or you're feeling inspired, you aren't going to get those messages that really propel your character development, really propel your identity development in this life. Because for me, when I'm meditating and then I pray afterwards, I get downloads. Like, I get downloads on things to do with my personal brand. I get downloads on things to do in my personal life, things to do in the gym, things to do with literally anything. Even if it's just something as simple as, okay, go for a walk today. Okay, it's raining, but go for a walk, it'll be good for you. And then I'll go on that walk and I'll get even more downloads on that walk. Like, God is always guiding you. He's always speaking to you. It's whether you're listening. So I think a big part of this is you really have to sit in silence with him so that he can give you the vision. Rather than sitting on your phone all the time and getting distracted by social media and distracted by people, you need to allow him to speak to you. You need to create that space for you to connect with him so you can understand the vision he is trying to give you. And also surrendering the vision that you have for yourself, because it's not always going to be what you think is right for you. It's always ultimately going to be what God has in store. Step 3, embodying true feminine energy and softness. A truly feminine woman doesn't just look soft. She is soft. She operates from love. She is patient. She is kind. There's actually a really nice Bible verse that says, it's Proverbs 31:25. And if the girls know, Proverbs 31, woman, is something that I'm big on, and I'm stepping into that more and more. And this is a really beautiful verse from there. It says, she is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She is not fazed by any sort of chaos that's coming her way. She is able to approach those of strength and a confidence that she can take anything in her stride because God is on her side, because she gets her strength from God, from her creator. She surrenders all of her stress and all of her anxiety and all of her worry to her creator. So she's never worried. And when you're in that energy, you can really practice softness and feminine energy, because masculine energy oftentimes comes from this ego. It comes from this fight or flight response that's like programmed into our body. But by surrendering all the things that trigger that to God, you're able to step into your feminine energy so much easier and naturally rather than trying to force it. Step 4, raising your standards and non-negotiables. If you're watching this video, it's likely because you want more from your life. So in order to step into this new identity that you are trying to manifest into your life, you need to stop settling. So there's a really nice Bible verse. It's 1 Corinthians 15 verse 33. Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. And I know so many of you can relate to this because I know I can. Sometimes a good character can be corrupted. It's like what they say about a flower. You put one flower in on the windowsill and, you know, give it loads of light, loads of water, nutrients, and it's going to grow. If you put the same flower in a cupboard and pour poison into it, that flower is going to die. So yes, your character does come from your identity and it does come from yourself, but a good character, even according to the Bible, can be corrupted by bad energy around you. So this could be friends that are bad influences, family that are kind of just giving you hating energy. This can also be people that aren't aligned with your religion or your religious beliefs or practices, or even just people that don't believe in you, that are just negative. They're always kind of bringing you down. This can really stop you from stepping into this new identity. So you need to ask yourself a few questions. Are you surrounding yourself with people who are inspiring you to grow? And this is a big one. Are you setting boundaries or are you people pleasing? I know for the longest time in my life, I was a huge people pleaser and I'm still not 100% healed. Like, I still people please here and there because we're not perfect. But people pleasing is so detrimental to this identity shift that you are going to have, because people pleasing is never putting yourself first. Like 99.9% of the time, it's never going to put you first. It's always putting other people on a pedestal. You are not able to grow from that, and you're not able to build that woman of character that you are trying to build. So a high value woman, and a woman who is aligned with God's purpose for her and the woman of character that she is supposed to be, she doesn't beg for love. She doesn't beg for attention. She doesn't people please. She just attracts. She is just soft. She's in her feminine energy, surrenders everything to God. And those are the women that you see that are like the more quiet ones that are just winning in life. They're humble, they're kind, they're operating out of love, and they just seem to attract everything that they want in their life because they are aligning with God's purposes for them. So ask yourself those questions, and also ask yourself other questions. Is there other areas of your life that are holding you back from really embodying this identity? And where else do you need to raise your standards? Maybe you need to raise your standards of your own self-respect. Maybe you are a victim to lust. Maybe you're weak in that area, or maybe you're weak with things like alcohol and stuff like that. So just setting your boundaries and setting your standards for yourself is really going to build your character. That discipline is what really builds that. Speaking about discipline, step 5 is discipline and daily habits. You cannot pray for a better life and do nothing and continue to do the things that keep you small. There's a really good Bible verse on this. It's James 2 verse 17. Faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. You can't just pray for the dream body or confidence or the clear mind and not put any work in. You also have to back up your prayers and your requests that you put to God with actions. So for example, a high value woman is going to pray before she makes decisions. She is going to read her Bible every single day. She's going to move her body every day. She's going to go to the gym. She's going to do Pilates, things like that. Yoga is huge too. She's going to be nourishing her body with food that fuels her body, not food that makes her feel comfortable, because growth doesn't come in comfort. So yeah, discipline is huge when it comes to identity shifting. Because like I said, you can decide who you want to be, but if you do not put in the action steps and you do not have the discipline to show up as that person every single day, it's near enough impossible to become that. And it will only ever be temporary if you do. The version of you that is soft and feminine and healed lives within you, because in our souls, we're not made to be in pain, you know? We're made to feel free. We're made to have this sense of freedom. We're supposed to give everything to God. We're not supposed to stress. Like, think about how much stress affects you. It even affects your health even, you know? And this peaceful version of us that is at peace in every area of their life lives within you. You just need to choose to become that person and take those steps every single day to step into her. There's another Bible verse that really illustrates how beautiful this transformation can be, and it is Isaiah 60 verse 1. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of God rises upon you. So if you're feeling like this is the time for transformation for you, it's a really nice Bible verse just to support you and get you going. It's a good affirmation for the day. Write it on your mirror. I do write things on my mirror. You probably can't see, but I do write things on my mirror every single day to motivate me. Affirmations every single day. I change it up. Sometimes I do things from books, but there's always something from the Bible. It's always a verse. So that's another thing I would say, just something that I personally do. So for all of you this 2025 that are trying to step into that higher version of yourself, all you literally need is the Bible and some discipline and like a vision. Just being still, speaking to God more. It's actually really easy. Just take the pressure off yourself and start stepping into that person who you know you are, who you feel within you. If you're watching this video, there is a desire in you to be more. So step into being more. Just remember, you are not behind. You don't have to rush. God has everything written out in your plan for you. So surrender, let go, stop stressing, because the best parts are truly yet to come. If you're still watching this video, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm wishing you all the best in this identity shift and this character building stage of your life that you are currently in. And I hope you also enjoyed the Bible verses that I mentioned in this video, because they're actually some of my favorite ones. They're some of the most beautiful Bible verses that I have come across. So I'm glad that I was able to sort of cram them into this video. And as always, don't forget, you are divinely protected, abundantly blessed, and unconditionally loved. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.